Rise is a collection of 10,000 randomly generated and unique NFT art pieces created by the internationally acclaimed visual artist Maliha Abidi. And with me is Maliha. Welcome. Great to have you here. I'm looking forward to hearing about this collection. So just give me an overview. Tell me about your collection of art.
Well, firstly, Jane, thank you so much for having me. Really excited to be speaking with you and sharing a little bit more about Women Rise. So Women Rise is a collection of 10,000 unique NFTs. And through the collection itself, we're using art as a tool for storytelling and campaigning, campaigning for girls' education, campaigning for women's rights. And for the past decade as an artist, that's what I've been using my art for. So when I decided to extend into the NFT space, with Women Rise, that's exactly what me and my team wanted to do. The artwork itself is celebrating female activists, artists, scientists, coders, and just women in general.
Yeah, okay, great. So, and you mentioned NFTs. So what led you to blockchain technology? How did you decide that was a good way to go?
Yeah, I mean, it's such an exciting time to be in this space. And it was all thanks to my husband. So last year in early 2021, he came up to me and he was like, have you heard about NFT? Should we learn a bit more about it? I think it could be great for your art. And at the time I was completing my second book, and I was like, I have no time for this whatsoever. Like I can't even think about it right now. NFTs, like I have no idea, so I had that mental barrier that if you don't know something immediately, you're not like, again, like open to learning about it right away, right? So I just kind of dismissed it. But then in the summertime, we revisited it, and then we started to like watch YouTube videos. So it was all thanks to my husband, who's a huge supporter of my artwork. And then that's how I learned about that. But blockchain in general and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general, I've known about it for many years before that. But never like through Women Rise. Women Rise and art was my gateway into this space.
Oh, very interesting. And how have you found that it's working? Like, what have you been able to do through the blockchain technology you were not able to do before?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things is that I was able to, meet people that I don't think otherwise we would have crossed paths, So Women Rise sits at the intersection of art, tech, activism. I think because of that, it's just really interesting that before I was in traditional art fields, I was able to meet people in the art community, but not in like per se like in the tech or business space or in the cryptocurrency space. It's now the landscape is changing a little bit, but the demographic within the crypto space has been very, one sort of, demographic. So it's slowly changing, which is really interesting.
Mhm.
um and now, I'm really proud to say that Women Rise has cultivated a really incredible community of like-minded people who are excited about art, who are excited about campaigning through art, who are excited about girls' education and advancing girls' education. So it's a combination of things. And I think while the mission is the same as it was before with my art, um, through Web3, through the resources of this space, and through taking up space within the Web3, space, I think we're just able to, you know, get things done a bit faster. But like what we're trying to do is going to take a little bit of time because it is a global movement, and but we're beyond excited about it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a great overlap of technology and your mission and the art. So let's talk about your mission. Like what are you specifically trying to do by highlighting these women?
Yeah, so basically, I'm trying to use my art as the medium for storytelling. So I'm trying, like, I've been in my past, I have created books that are focused on stories that need to be celebrated or stories perhaps that have been overlooked sometimes. I've been able to collaborate with different companies and organizations from around the world for that exact reason, to celebrate, to amplify stories. And now with Women Rise, through these tokens, we're trying to amplify stories, but we're also trying to make sure that people like myself are taking up space in this, you know, in the Web3 community, in the Web3 space. And then ultimately what we're trying to do, our ultimate ambition with Women Rise, is to create educational, set educational initiatives within the Web3 space, or using the resources of Web3 space to advance girls' education, because at the moment there are approximately 129 million girls who are currently out of school. And we have worked with several organizations that I have worked with in the past as well, and Women Rise has made contributions to them. We're currently working with some organizations to campaign alongside them for girls' education. But it's such a big, like I said, global movement that it's going to take all of us to make sure that we keep campaigning for it, and we change the laws around it. We dedicate more resources to it, and make that happen.
Yeah, no, it's a really important cause, because it's just such a waste of minds that we're not educating these young girls. Tell me about some of the women you featured.
So within Women Rise, or like otherwise through my art?
Both, yeah.
Oh,
Just
okay.
give me a couple.
Yeah, so Women Rise is actually featuring fictional characters, you know, so the soul of it is celebrating women, but itself is like the artwork itself is representing women. It's not exactly telling stories of real women, but through my books in the past, through my debut book, Pakistan for Women, and through my second book, Rise, I've been able to highlight more than 150 women from around the world, and using my art and celebrating them and amplifying their stories. And I honestly was learning so much about it as well. So I'm just really grateful for that. And some of the women that I personally admire, one of them is Angela Davis. Absolutely love her, and you know, I find so much inspiration when I read her work. And of course, there is Asma Jahangir from Pakistan, who was a women's rights activist as well. Samina Beg, again from Pakistan. So there are so many women that I look up to and I admire. And then there are some well-known names as well, such as Malala. So I can honestly go on and on,
Yeah.
but there's so many incredible women out there that I look up to and I feel inspired by every day.
Yeah. So do you think that you will get beyond art? Like, will you ever look at film as another vehicle?
I mean, something I read recently about creativity was that if you're a creative person, throughout your life, your medium keeps changing. So while right now I am a visual artist, I want to say that in a way, through NFTs, my medium has changed a little bit. And I am really excited about the possibility of exploring film, of exploring, like, I'm really interested in making like videos of like, you know, showing the process and maybe inspiring other artists, or showing or giving them an insight that what an art process can look like. But I'm also what I'm really looking forward to is animated series, and potentially you know, creating short films and animated series for perhaps even Women Rise, you know. So I'm really excited about that medium, to answer your question.
Yeah. Now that sounds really exciting. And I can see that kind of moving on to other things as well. So, well, it is great to meet you and great to hear about this project, Maliha, and best of luck to you.
Thank you so much, Jane. Really appreciate it.
Bye.